Okay, so I thought I was gonna be doing like the Mandela. Um, I'm doing the Mandala fountain. I thought I was gonna do the emergence of opposites as well, but there was a lot of information to go with this Mandala fountain thing. So we're gonna start. So my goal with the alchemy and the psychology portion is I'm gonna do the first 5 pictures, and then I'm going to jump back to Taurus the Sun, and then after Taurus the Sun I'll do the last 5 pictures. So let's go get into the Mandala fountain. So the Mandala fountain is it's a picture with a water fountain, the sun, the moon, and stars. The words in the description, and I'll post a link to the picture of this, and probably a lot more in the description. So check out the description of the video so that you'll be able to follow along. The words in the description say this: "We are the metal's first, nature, and only source. The highest tincture of the art is made through us. No fountain and no water has my like. I make both rich and poor, both whole and sick. For healthful can I be, and poisonous." So the Mandala fountain represents the prima materia, or the ultima materia. And what this means is it's like the beginning and the end. This picture symbolizes the beginning and the end, the alpha, the omega. It's the start and it's the end as well. It's also a mercurial fountain, which represents the foundation of the psyche before the birth of the ego. And this picture will represent the youngest you. The water has no reflection to provide the ego to rely on, for it is gaining experience. And this could also be about the beginning of a situation that you know nothing about, so you have nothing to go on. So you're beginning this whole process of collecting information so that you have something to go on. Okay, so there is one fountain. 2 represents the duality, the sun and the moon, and there is also a 2-headed serpent in the picture. There are 3 spouts coming out of the water fountain, with the words meaning virgin's milk, vinegar of the fountain, and water of life. This represents the liquid version of the philosopher's stone. And there was a famous woman, Maria Prophetessa, or Maria the Jewess, that was a famous alchemist that created an axiom that became known as the Axiom of Maria. And it goes: 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and out of the 3rd comes the 1 as the 4th. The Axiom of Maria corresponds with the Pythagorean tetrachys, which is the pyramid dots. Think of like 1 dot as a 1, and then you go down, there's 2, there's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and it makes a triangle. And so this is the description of the Axiom of Maria. Okay, so everything begins at stage 1, which is what we're talking about with this Mandala fountain. And the Mandala fountain. And so it's the beginning of everything. There's nothing really to go on just quite yet. And then you got the number 2. 1 becomes 2, and so 2 makes it an us. There is division, there's duality, there's everything. You can also divide this as to there's an ego and another ego, there's ego shadow, however you want to do it. Now, a lot of the complications out of this, especially when I was studying it, came from what it was trying to figure out in the last portion about the 3 and the 4 and everything like that. So 3 is an odd number, and odd numbers are dynamic. They seek resolution. In this instance, 3 will move towards 4. And 3 kind of like represents the Trinity in a way. And you also got to remember that the sum of this 1, 2, 3, and 4 equals 10. So that means like, excuse me. So that means like this perfect, like perfectionist 10, unity. So when it comes to the 3 moving to 4, it was a strange dilemma, but what it was trying to show is that you got the number 3, but to move to the number 4, you just have to know everything is whole. And so you got to take that faith and just let go and realize that everything's, okay. It's the connectionness. It's like, and you'll see me talk about this, but in, Hebrew, the word God, you got YH, WH. And then even when Jesus was on the cross, it was, I may be wrong on this, so just go with me, because I'm coming up with this on the fly. But you got the I in, I believe it's INRI, which was a Latin phrase that I can't fully remember, but it's something that I'll get into later, way later. But those that represented Jesus' name and him hanging on the cross, and the Yahweh, the YHWH, represented God. So in those 2 words, in Yahweh, the H repeats twice, and the INRI, the I repeats twice. Those are 4 letters, but there's only 3 letters. And this is kind of what it's talking about. And so it comes to the number, the 3 and 4 sesquitertian proportion, which makes a state complete out of the incomplete, as confusing as that may sound. So you have 4 letters, but one of them repeat. So it's 3 of 4, 3 of 4, which means a wholeness, a completion of work. So that's kind of like how to take. You start from 1, from nothing. You move to 2, to duality. From duality comes a trinity. You know that there's something higher, but you haven't put it all together. And 4 is that realization that everything is just one. So, I'm trying to make sure I got all that right. So yeah, that everything is right. And so that's this whole process, and we'll also get into the meaning of this 3 and this 4, meaning and later things, but this is just kind of like a beginning. And you also gotta remember that the letters also kind of like represent everything. A lot of the time the female spirit is left out of the Christian gospel, because you're always being told the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. You're told those 3 things. But what you don't know is that the Holy Spirit is the mother. They kind of changed the name of it to make it, to diminish the feminine. And so and then there's the daughter, Sophia, and which is also a mother too, but we'll get into more of that later on. But so the four letters actually represent the Father, the Son, the Mother, and the daughter. So, and that was something in Christianity that got lost a long time ago. So we'll dive more into this on the next time when I talk about the emergence of the opposites. So on the next video, which will be Thursday, we'll get into more of this dualistic nature that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with. But until then, that is all I got. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this made sense. If anything didn't make sense, just please comment or ask me a question for clarification. Same thing if you just have any other questions about anything else on this topic or another topic related to it. But other than that, everybody have a wonderful day.